Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about skinning in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. First, we'll quickly discuss the benefits of skinning and who should pick it up as a profession. After that, we'll walk through the leveling process step by step. This will include which zone to level in at each level range and routes in that zone to help minimize time spent searching for beasts to skin. Skinning comes with a really nice profession bonus called Master of Anatomy. This entirely passive bonus gives you 40 critical strike rating at level 80. Leatherworking is the main profession that relies on skinning, and with that in mind, it only really makes sense to level skinning if you plan on picking up leatherworking. This will allow you to upgrade your leather scraps into regular leather, resulting in more money for your time. You can also upgrade leather to the next tier. For example, 4 light leather can be combined to make 1 medium leather. This chart shows how much leather is required to upgrade for each different type. Alright, that's about enough of what you can do with your new skinning skill. Let's get out there and start leveling it. First, we're going to need to talk to a skinning trainer and learn Journeyman Skinning. You can learn Journeyman Skinning from any skinning trainer in any major city. I will be using Derek Marks in Dalaran because he can teach me all the way up to Grandmaster Skinning. So once you learn skinning, you're going to need to grab a skinning knife from the vendor that's usually standing right next to the skinning trainer. It should only cost you a few copper and you'll be ready to go. The first few zones will depend on your faction, so I'm going to give Horde and Alliance different options. Alright, for levels 1 to 60, we'll be mostly getting ruined leather scraps and a little bit of light leather. With leatherworking, you can turn the ruined leather scraps into more light leather at a rate of 3 to 1. If you're Alliance, you'll be starting out in Dun Morogh. This area is honestly full of skinnables. Dun Morogh has boars, wolves, bears, yetis, and more. Just about everything in the zone is skinnable. I prefer this bottom area because it's pretty densely packed, but honestly, you can skin anywhere in the zone. That's really up to you. For Horde, I would recommend starting out in Durotar. There are a ton of skinnable mobs here. We've got pigs, rabbits, snakes, and more. This area right outside of Orgrimmar is my preferred route because there's just a bunch of pigs there, honestly. Now that you're level 60, it's time to look at 60 to 110. The first thing you need to do is talk to your trainer again. You need to pick up Apprentice Skinning or you'll skin mobs and not get skill levels. The horror! After training Apprentice Skinning, it's time to go to the next zone. If you're Alliance, Loch Modan is going to be the place to be from level 60 to 110. The right side of the lake is full of beasts. We have crocodiles, bears, and more. Honestly, about the only thing you can't skin over there are the trogs. Horde, on the other hand, should head over to the Barrens. Horde actually need to get to level 125 here instead of stopping at 110. There's a second spot marked on the map at the bottom for 110 through 125. Level 125 will also allow you to go to the trainer before you go to Ashenvale, which is really nice, but you're going to need 125 to be able to skin the wolves in the bottom of Ashenvale. So get to 110 using the top spot and then get to 125 using the bottom spot, and then we're going to be off to Ashenvale for the Horde side. After hitting 110 as Alliance or 125 as Horde, it's time to talk about your trainer again. Horde want to go ahead and talk to their trainer right now to get that out of the way and then just head on to their next zone. Alliance, on the other hand, are going to have to go on to the next zone and then go back and visit their trainer and just kind of make that extra trip, which kind of sucks, but it's not that bad. At this point, we'll still mostly be getting light leather. Around 175 to 180, you'll start getting some medium leather. If you're Alliance, it'll be time to head to Wetlands. You want to start out on this bottom left side of Wetlands, right beside Menethil Harbor. There's a little section here that has a bunch of raptors in it that are perfect to level on. So you're going to level there until 125, then you're going to go back and visit your trainer. After you've trained your next level of skinning, you're going to come back and continue leveling on these raptors to 150. Then at 150, we're going to move to the right side of the wetlands over here where these whelps are, and then we're going to kill these whelps until you get to 185. And then at that point, you'll start getting some medium leather, so that's kind of nice. Horde, on the other hand, are going to be heading to Ashenvale. We're going to be right near Splinter Tree, and we're going to start off on the bottom side where there are a bunch of wolves and stuff down here that you can start skinning at level 125. So you're going to skin these wolves, and then you're going to make your way up the river, and you can skin the bears and stuff as you're going up the river, and then we're just going to kill the monsters on the top right in this section, and then you're just going to kind of kill these in a loop and just skin those, and then that'll get you to 185. Now that you're 185, it's time to discuss 185 to 205. Thankfully, expert skinning will take us all the way to 225, so we don't need to talk to our trainer again. Another good thing is that we'll start getting mostly medium leather with a little thick leather mixed in. Just a quick note, if you have leatherworking, you can combine 6 heavy leather to make 1 thick leather. So if you want to upgrade your leather, that's an option. Horde and Alliance are going to be heading to Dustwallow Marsh at 185. It's pretty easy to get to for both factions. Horde can fly into Brackenwall, and Alliance can come from Thermore Isle. The whole zone is full of beasts, but I like the spot at the top that's full of raptors. This area will take us all the way to 225 without a problem. At 225, it's time to start discussing 225 to 265. The first thing on our list is to pick up Artisan Skinning. Expert Skinning runs out at 225 and we'll hit our hard cap. After that, we'll need Artisan Skinning to get us all the way to 265. Once you get Artisan Skinning squared away, it's time to peel more hides. At this point, the Horde and Alliance paths have crossed again. We're both headed to Tanaris. This isn't going to cause any unnecessary PvP, is it? Here, we'll be running around the outskirts of Gadget Sand. There are lots of scorpions, wolves, and other things to skin, so you shouldn't have an issue finding skinnable mobs. The only issue I could see you having is PvP, and if that becomes a problem, just run around the rest of the zone. Tanaris is full of skinnable mobs. Once you get to 265, it's time to discuss the final stretch of the classic part of this journey, 265 to 300. You should have Artisan Skinning already, which will get you all the way to 300, so there isn't much left to do, but go find beasts to skin. And I couldn't think of a better place to find beasts to skin than Ungoro Crater. Ungoro Crater is the best place for Horde and Alliance to level skinning to 300. There are so many beasts in here, it's crazy. Just about everything in this zone is skinnable, so you should be 300 in no time. This is my preferred area, but you can really just run around the zone mindlessly killing and skinning. Whew! We finally made it. We're 300 and we're headed to Outland. Our next step is going to be 300 to 330, but our first order of business is learning Master Skinning. You can speak with Derek Marks in Dalaran like I'm going to do, or if you'd prefer to train in Outland, Alliance can speak with Helena Nightsky in Honor Hold, or Horde can speak with Moritu in Thrallmar. Yeah, I totally said their names right. Sure. Once you have Master Skinning under your belt, it's time to skin some hides. As you probably guessed, we'll be skinning in Hellfire Peninsula from levels 300 to 330. I prefer this area on the southeastern side of Hellfire, right next to Zethgor. There's a lot of boars here, so it's really easy to level skinning to 330. At this point, you'll be getting knothide leather scraps that leather workers can turn into knothide leather. Since Master Skinning takes us all the way to 375, we don't need to visit our trainer just yet. At 330, we're going to be heading over to Nagrand, and this is a great area to peel some cleft hooves. When skinning cleft hooves, you will receive knothide leather and also thick cleft hoof leather. This route should help you maximize your cleft hoof skinning, and don't forget to skin the talbuks that are there too. So go forth and make him at Nessingwary proud. Alright, once you hit 360, it's time to head to Northrend from 360 to 395. Northrend, the home stretch. Here you will need to either head to Dalaran and speak to your trainer there, or you can speak to a trainer in Borean Tundra and learn Grandmaster Skinning. Once you learn Grandmaster Skinning, it's time to head out and go back to skinning. There are two really good spots in Borean Tundra. There's a spot right at the bottom next to Valiant's Keep, which I would recommend to Alliance just to keep PvP down. And then there's also a spot farther north that would be better for Horde because it's right next to Warsong Hold. At this point, you'll be getting Borean leather, which would be pretty valuable in Wrath of the Lich King. This area should get you to 395 without an issue, and we'll be off to the next zone. Well, we finally made it to the end game. For 395 to 450, we're going to be in Sholazar Basin. Sholazar Basin is the new home of him at Nessingwary, and as a skinner, it's going to be your new home as well. This place is crawling with beasts, and the best place I've found to farm for heavy Borean leather, which is a very useful material. You can combine 6 Borean leather to make 1 heavy Borean leather. This area on the bottom right of the map is a really nice spot to grind out 450 skinning. There are a bunch of gorillas over here that are in packs, and they make it really easy to level your skinning really fast. With that being said, congratulations on 450. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.